Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tosa. Welcome back, royal queens. On the agenda tonight, P. Diddy is selling shares, crossing his T's and dotting his I's. Young Miami has allegations pertaining to her stuffing, and we're not talking about Thanksgiving dinner. The wild FOs and more. Let's get into it. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm so excited that you all decided to come out and chill with me. Y'all, listen here. First and foremost, let's do our butterfly roll call. Do we have any butterflies in the building? If any of our butterflies are in the building, go ahead and drop down, say hello. Okay. Don't be shy. Listen here. Well, why are we here? We're here because we've got some intel. We've been doing our research, and Young Miami uh, is caught on tape being very uncomfortable with P. Diddy. And not only is she uncomfortable, they she put Puff Daddy or P. Diddy on the spot when she asked him, like, well, what do you like about me? And it just kind of seemed like his responses were delayed. Um, and it didn't seem genuine to me. The relationship or whatever it is that they have, it was like they didn't go together, but they went together. And, you know, um, she also mentioned Love Island. Uh, she mentioned Love Island, and it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. So, without further ado, I'm gonna bring up a video. And actually, this is gonna be a recording. This is fair use, and this is actually gonna be coming from Carisha Please, right? Remember the show, the Carisha Please? Well, Young Miami was on there, and let me see. Okay, so Young Miami, she was on there, and she was very open and honest about a few things. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so give me a second. Go ahead and give us up. All right, so let's go ahead and play. Actually, I want to start at this timestamp right here. Now, you all pay attention to what she's saying and how she's saying it.
You know what I'm saying? It's Christmas. Let's have a good time with this life.
So it's everyday Christmas when you with Diddy.
Yeah,
that's something I always wondered.
I mean, I wouldn't say Christmas. Every day is. I'm trying to make it the best day for everybody around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best.
What do you love the most about women?
Favorite body part? Just a woman's soul. You know, it's nothing like being around some feminine energy. Just a woman's soul, her eyes. But my favorite thing about a woman is her eyes. You know.
Okay, so he says that he really loves, women's eyes and things like this, and he likes to look into their soul. And he loves women. If you all know, this gentleman says that, he is so confusing at times. And I have a few timestamps that I'm going to go to. Actually, I'm going to start at this one. All right, we're going to go to this timestamp right here. And this timestamp is going to be 4 minutes in.
I'm going to do what the fuck I want, say what I want. That's at the bed. Like,
that's why I fuck with you, too.
Yeah, I'm hanging out the window.
Yeah, you with the shit.
I'm twerking.
That's what the fuck.
Listen here. I mean, Carisha's telling us that she's going to hang out the window. She's going to twerk. This is on a weekend where her kids are allegedly gone. She's going to hang out the window. She's going to twerk. She's going to just act bad. And I guess this was around the time when Puff Daddy was trying to get JT and Carisha to do some work. Carisha bounced out. Carisha said, peace. Carisha said, I don't want anything to do with this. Okay, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her. JT got out and she hit it for the hills. Okay? Let's get into this because we're going to get into the lawsuit. And I want you guys to understand this conversation is going to flow into this lawsuit.
I'm doing the fuck I want.
Yeah, you living life.
Yeah, acting bad.
Yeah, acting bad. That's what's up.
So you just did the billboard. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want, say what I want. That's acting bad. Like,
okay. So
have a good time. We act bad all the time.
So you heard him. If you're a city girl, go get you a bad boy so you can act bad because we acting bad. I'm motherfucker.
So listen here. Carisha is promoting. Y'all heard him. If you a city girl, go get you a bad boy. Promotion. People are going to see this. Young women are going to see this. Party goers are going to see this. This was, I don't know how many countries it was shown in, but I know it was shown here in the United States of America. Let's get into it.
That's something you heard.
Just enjoying life. Living our fucking best lives.
Best life.
The fucking best.
Me, you want to know what I do when I act bad? I do what the fuck I want. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do what the fuck I want, say what I want. That's acting bad. Like,
that's why I fuck with you, too.
Yeah, I'm hanging out the window.
Yeah, you with the shit.
I'm twerking.
That's what the fuck
I'm doing the fuck
about.
I want.
Yeah, you living life.
Yeah, acting bad.
Yeah, acting bad. That's what's up.
So, you just did the Billboard Awards, and you, like, fucked it up, dripping, saw you in your all red.
Yeah.
You had on all white.
I'm back in my bag.
So, the last time we saw you perform, I was in 2015 at the BET Awards. So, like, what's up? How you was feeling? You brought out Christian, your son, Tiana.
Yeah, Tiana Jack Harlow.
Okay, and that may be true. However, I wanted y'all to know that Carisha will be hanging out of cars, twerking, and doing the most. This is what she and Diddy is talking about. Now we're going to go right here to this timestamp, and she's going to let us know something else. Let's go.
How has fatherhood been since the passing of Kim Porter?
Fatherhood has...
Listen here. The way that he could not hold a straight face because he knows that he is wrong. He is wrong on so many levels, y'all. This man is so wrong. He couldn't even look in this woman's eyes when she asked him, how has fatherhood been since Kim Porter passed? This is his response.
It's been really, really real because I was like a part-time father, you know what I'm saying? Kim and Sarah and everybody had everything held down. And then...
Yeah, he was a part-time father, and he also was very controlling. He was very controlling as far as them dating and things like that. When we talk about dating, and if you've ever been tagged to him, Cassie's friend or whatever they had going on, Kid Cudi, his car disappeared, up in flames. if you know what I mean. Let's go.
And man, you know, just losing Kim, it was just like I was a full-time father. My life is really like going crazy right now.
Okay, so right there, it was no emotional. It was no, I really loved her. She's the mother of my children. We go back, you know, we have history, and our children are very, are some angels, to be honest. And, you know, that would be my response, you know, when it comes to like something, like if something happened like that, I wouldn't just be giggling. Wasn't nothing funny. Well, we're gonna go right here to this timestamp. This particular timestamp is gonna show some more behavior. Let's get into it.
Turning 16.
How did it make you feel?
I'm proud. I guess God gave me some karma. Hit me. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really real. You know what I'm saying? Going from, you know, just being on the road and stuff to like actually having to raise 3 girls and I've never been in this situation. And, you know, I guess God gave me some karma. Hit me 3 times. 3 times I got 3.
So P. Diddy calls his daughters karma. He says that he got karma 3 times. 3 times, right? This is what he's saying. He's saying that his daughters are karma. They're not a blessing. They are not a split image of their mother. They are not intelligent girls. The only thing that he could really say is that, oh, hold on. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm trying to find a room to chill in. I think right here is fine. All right, we're going to chill in here. But he said that his daughters are karma. What man that loves his children is going to sit up here and say, oh, my daughters are karma? I didn't understand that. Well, we're going to move on over to another timestamp. We'll go right here. Let's go.
And I felt like I never really got a chance to like grieve about it because I was working. So I never got a chance to like experience how I felt, or I really never really went through the emotions. So when it did hit me, I was just like fucked up. Like it hit me at a bad time and it had me like really depressed, and I ain't know how to handle it.
You know what? If y'all were looking at this, like, Diddy just like rolled his eyes like, oh my God, here we go again. You know, like he just did not want to hear from Carisha. It was like, shut up. Just give short answers and just be over with the interview. But no, Carisha said after her baby's father went to Lori, she didn't have time to process anything. She did not have time to grieve, and pretty much like some of us have done or do, not really grieve and move on to the next situation, the relationship. All right, so now we're going to skip it on over to another timestamp. And this timestamp is going to be right here. All right, let's go.
Bartender. Let me get a shot of DeLeon Reposado. Owned by Diddy. Can you tell me about this DeLeon tequila?
Yeah, I always loved tequila, and always had a dream of just having my own tequila. So when I did Ciroc, you know, when I did the deal with them, I was like, you know, if I knock this Ciroc out the park, like I need to get this tequila off. And so,
so that's why you have Young Miami right there promoting it. Hi, Under the Tree. How are you? Yeah, so that's why he had, I was about to say Under the Tree. That's why he had Carisha out there promoting it, because he had already made some money and he was in partnership, right? Before things went left and he decided to try to sue them. All right, so now we're going to go on over here to this timestamp. Just listen into this.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Now fucking Friday is about about mental health. You know what I'm saying? There's so much pressure, so much stuff going on in the world right now. And that self-love is important. And as I was saying earlier, you know, I went through this healing journey, and I had to start to let things go. You know, I had to just really like protect my mind. And you know, I think it's important for everybody. Like at the end of the week, it's just so much going on right now. And so fucking Friday is like that time, like after you finish working, it's just like, that's you time.
No, I don't think that that's what F It Friday means. I feel like F It Friday is time for the FO. It's time for the FO. It's time to get down and busy, you know. Let's go to this timestamp right here. Let's finish this.
I can't go tomorrow. We're gonna set up a trip. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take a couple of people. We're gonna go out there and do a tequila tasting, DeLeon, and you know what I'm saying. Really, so when you're out there talking about it, you'll know it's. I mean, tequila is sexy as a motherfucker. We'll go to Mexico City, turn up, act bad.
So listen here. He likes to go to Mexico City. He likes to turn up, and he likes to act bad in Mexico City. This is what he's saying. Now she's gonna ask him, do you like to make love, or do you know, she's going to give him a choice, quickie or make love. And I want y'all to listen to how he responds to this question.
Do you like making love or fucking?
Making love. I don't like to be fighting and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you be fighting? Why would you be fighting? That's making love or effing. Why would you be fighting? Why would you have to fight? You know? Like, why would you have to fight? Let's get into that one more time. Play it one more time.
Do you like making love or fucking?
Making love. I don't like to be fighting and all that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why you would be fighting when it's effing or making love. All right, we're gonna go on over here to another timestamp. This timestamp right here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play this, and you all let me know what you feel.
I was just like, man, she just went and just didn't know how that really traumatized me. I remember calling you. I was like, you know, like the roaches thing was a traumatic situation for me. And you was just laughing. And I was like, you know, the Buenos Noches though, I was like, you must be talking about you. you got to be talking about yourself. Cause you ain't putting nothing to sleep over here, baby girl. We on Carisha, please. You gotta get to telling the truth.
It's like real.
Listen here. He said Carisha was not putting anything to sleep, honey. And I could see why, because he had that video camera on. You know, he's got to get the evidence, okay? Allegedly. And that's, I'm just saying, you know. Let's go ahead and go to another timestamp. So this particular timestamp, I don't know exactly what he's gonna say on here, but let's tune in because I wrote it down.
Have you ever seen me get put to sleep?
That's a different story for.
Listen here. He asked Young Miami, have you ever seen me get put to sleep? And she pretty much said no. All right, so let's go ahead and go to this timestamp. All right, listen into this right quick.
And we was trending. Like, what's up? How you felt about that? What it was about?
I mean, it was messy. You know what I'm saying? It was messy, and I just, you know, it's one of those days, you know? And so had to polish things up, had to press the reset button.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a day they hit the headlines, and his response is, I had to polish things up, hit the reset, you know, whatever, get back into the game. All right, so right here, I'm going to go to another piece that really stood out to me. Okay, it's this one right here. Let's take a listen.
Mr. At Bad.
I'm single, you know. I'm single, but I'm dating. I'm just taking my time with life.
All right. So what we is?
We date. We dating. We go have dates.
So pretty much he lets her know that he's single. She wants to know what are we? He's like, well, we're dating. We go on dates. We go to eat. Um, it was given Rihanna BBM, BBHM. Let's go.
We friends.
Okay.
We go to exotic locations. We have great times. We go to strip clubs, church.
Church.
We'll take you to church.
So he said, "What?" She wanted to know what he liked to do, and he brought up church. And she's like, "Church." And she asked, "What do you like to do with me?" And he brought up church, and she's like, "What?" He's like, "I'm gonna take you to church." When I think of church and him, it's a funeral. Young Miami girl, run while you can. Let's go to this clip right here. I think this is very important. All right, we're gonna go right here.
Be yourself toxic. Like, would you say you toxic?
Yeah, I would say that it gets toxic. I'm not trying to be toxic. So.
But are you toxic?
Yeah.
So he admits to being toxic. And it's like he has like these unresolved issues. I think it comes from like his dad and his, the upbringing and things like that. And then, not really wanting to see his mother happy with another man. In my opinion, let's go.
I was not about to mess up my wig and it was fun here. Nah. I was like, nope.
And then we went to Love Island.
Love Island was lit.
Yeah.
That's my favorite album.
Love Island. She says Love Island was lit and she got her moment there. Here, let's let her tell us again. Hold on.
Love Island was lit.
Yeah.
That's my favorite island. I want to go back.
Yeah.
You can take me back.
I'll take you back.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Love that. Are you a cheater?
No, I used to be a cheater. I'm not a cheater no more.
Used to be.
I'm a truth teller now.
You're an honest man.
Honest. I'm gonna give it to you honest. You ain't trying to be lying, ducking, hiding, hurting nobody's feelings. None of that.
I feel like you single, but we go together. So how would you feel about me telling people that I'm single because we go together?
So she said that she's single, but her and Diddy go together. And how does he feel when she tells people that she's single? How would he feel? Well, enough of that. Because we're here for the real big fish tonight, okay? Let's get into it. We actually got our hands on these docs. And actually, this is from Tyrone A. Blackburn, which is Mr. Jones's attorney. All right, so let me go ahead and zoom in. All right, are you all able to see that? Okay. Now let's get up into it. All right, so this document was filed on actually today, 3/28 of 2024, and this is one of 4 pages. Okay. Now we were able to get our hands on these docs, and now it is time for us to read the docs. Okay. So it says the T.A. Blackburn Law, Tyrone A. Blackburn, member of New York City and New Jersey Bar. Okay. And he's got a federal membership. Now let's get into this. There is the Honorable Judge Paul Oken. And this is at Thurgood Marshall, United States Courthouse, 40 Folly Square, New York, New York, 10007. Okay. And it reads Jones versus Combs, etc. And then it has the court date on there. I meant the court case number. Okay, so it says, Dear Judge Oken, as you know, this firm represents the plaintiff, Rodney Jones. Okay? And into this, got him some representation. Okay. So it says, as you know, this firm represents the plaintiff, Rodney Jones, plaintiff. In the above referenced case, this letter addresses the notice from the clerk of the court regarding the second amended complaint and the letter filed by the defendants dated March 28, 2024. As I indicated in my letter dated March 23rd of 2024 and March 27th of 2024, the Second Amendment complaint was filed in response to the Rule 11, a letter dated March 4th, 2024, pursuant to the 21-day safe harbor rule. Plaintiff has 21 days to withdraw or amend the allegedly deficient pleading. Plaintiff amended the allegedly deficient pleading on March 25th of 2024. On the 21st day of the 21-day safe harbor window on March 26th, the clerk issued a refiling notice due to an error in the second amended pleadings heading. On March 27th of 2024, plaintiff corrected the document and refiled it. The clerk has issued a notice stating that the court needs to provide leave to amend. Okay, so it says plaintiff respectfully requests leave to amend as the amendment is being made pursuant to the 21 Safe Harbor Rule on what plaintiff viewed as a demand to amend or withdraw. Federal Rule of Civil Procedure provides that a party may amend a pleading once as a matter of course, okay, within 21 days of receiving a responsive pleading under Rule 12B, Fed R, CIVP 15A1B. If 21 days have passed since the filing of the pleading, a party may amend the pleading only with the opposing party's written consent or the court's leave. Fed R, CIVP 15A2. The court should freely give leave when justice so requires. ID Sassy v. Dutchess County, number 916 CV 14-1450, 2017, U.S. District, Lexus 58016 at 1-2, NDNY, April 17, 2017. Defendants have indicated that they have no intention of giving plaintiff consent to amend the pleading, even though they sent a threat of sanctions letter demanding that the complaint be withdrawn or amended. As plaintiff sees no reason to withdraw the complaint against defendants UMG, Motown, or Lucian Grange, plaintiff has opted to amend the pleading. It is clear from the second amended pleading that defendants either negligently or intentionally funded the activities of defendant Sean Combs. Before filing his pleading, plaintiff only had the word of Mr. Combs, evidence in his possession, and his personal experience living with Mr. Combs. From September 2022 to November of 2023, Ms. Habertman's declaration provided plaintiff with the confirmation he needed concerning the business partnership and the funding of the Love album that Mr. Combs had shared with plaintiff directly. Now, okay, so let me just stop right there a little bit so I can give you guys a context of what we're reading. we are reading Tyrone Blackburn's response because I know in the past maybe something wasn't in the right spot, so there was a heading. So when they turned it in, it pretty much was like, oh, okay, this is incomplete because it wasn't filled out correctly. Well, here we are again. Let's go. So, okay, so it says, is it also clear that many of the claims raised by plaintiff in his second amended pleading are accurate, as the events of March 25th, 2024 have revealed? 1. Mr. Combs' drug mule, Brandon Paul, was arrested in Miami, Florida for cocaine possession, and the cocaine was in his carry-on luggage, as plaintiff stated in his amended pleading. 2. Mr. Combs is being investigated for possible sex trafficking, as plaintiff has alleged and thoroughly detailed with exhibits and examples in his pleading. 3. The raid produced guns in both locations, as plaintiff detailed in his pleading. If the court requires a formal motion or letter motion so plaintiff can lay out how the amendment against the moving defendant would not be futile nor filed in bad faith, we will gladly do so. The defendants were Sean Combs, general business partner, as that term is defined by the courts in the state of New York. A partnership is an association of two or more persons to carry on as co-owners of a business for profit. Partnership law N1. When there is no written partnership agreement between the parties, the court must determine whether a partnership existed from the conduct, intention, and relationship between the parties. Brodsky versus Stadlin, 138 AD 2B, 662-663-526 NYS 2D 478. No one characteristic of a business relationship is determinative in finding the existence of a partnership. In fact, ID factors to be considered by the court include the sharing of profits, losses, ownership of partnership, assets, joint management, and control, joint liability to creditors, the intention of the parties, compensation, the contribution of capital and loans to the organization, ID. The Christopher Farrell versus Ness Seekers, E&D LLC 2017, New York, slip op 50074 U 754 Miss 3D 1209 A 52 N Y S 3 D 246 Supreme Court. Here, the defendants are desperately trying to rewrite history to distance themselves from Mr. Combs. By their own admission, they funded the creation of the Love album and partnered with him to establish Love Records. These are their words, not the plaintiffs'. Aside from their public statements, their actions indicate a general business partnership under New York state law. Profit sharing is one of the two most factors in determining the existence of a partnership, along with control over the business. Stevens versus Three Finger Black Shield Partnership, 580 Southwest 3D 687-713, Text App 2019. To determine whether the parties express an intent to be in a partnership, the court may look at their writings and conduct. West Side Record Service versus Coffee, 361 SW3 D153168, Text App 2011. Evidence of expressions of intent could include party statements that they are partners, a signed partnership agreement, or one party holding the other out as a partner. Westside Group 1 as W3P at 168. This inquiry is separate and apart from the other factors evidencing partnership and should only include evidence not specifically probative of their other factors. ID offshore explained in Pride LLC versus the Capital LLC 2023 and the Y slip op 50502 U8-978 Miss 3D 12418 N.YS.3D915 Supreme Court. All right, as detailed in the letter dated March 27th, plaintiff determined that EMG and Motown Records has a general business partnership based on its conversation with Mr. Combs and the public statements made by defendants on their websites and on their LinkedIn business pages. And in the relevant part, the defendant website states how DIDDY and Motown partner up. DIDDY will be dropping his latest album on our label this summer. On top of that, we're helping establish his latest and most exciting yet, Love Records. So pretty much what they're trying to establish now is there was partnerships going on, and this man needs to be compensated for his work, his time, his efforts in building this album for Puff Daddy. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into the article. I'm into this lawsuit. It says on their LinkedIn page, which the court can access from the following link. Defendant UMG states the following: Love Records, Motown Records. Diddy's new album will be the first release from Love Records in partnership with Motown. Get into that. Okay, so these quotes are not one-offs. In the interest of time, plaintiff has decided not to inundate the court with all the newspaper and magazine coverage that this partnership received. The plaintiff's amended complaint outlines the defendant's liability as a business partner. Defendants cannot have it both ways. You cannot profit off Mr. Combs at the expense of victims like plaintiff. But when the federal investigators kicked down his door, he tried to cut and run and pretend that they only had limited involvement with Mr. Combs. The defendant's pro clutch breathtaking. Defendants knew for years that Mr. Combs had a propensity for violence. As detailed in the amended complaint, Mr. Combs assaulted their former executive, Steve Stout. According to former UMG executive Steve Stout, Combs and two men barged into his New York City office and attacked him with a champagne bottle. Combs was charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief. UMG knew this and did not end their business partnership with them. In fact, they turned a blind eye and continued their business partnership for several years after the attack. Oh, when you talk about accountability, my love, accountability. All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Let's get into it. So, if not for Cassie Ventura, November 16, 2023, lawsuit UMG's history of running to Mr. Combs for partnership opportunities would have continued. Let's get into it. Plaintiff stands by the claims raised in the First Amendment complaint. Plaintiff was clear when he said he witnessed Mr. Grange and Miss Ethiopia at Mr. Combs' homes and parties associated with the Love album. Of course, plaintiff did not meet them and speak with them. That was not his statement. He said Mr. Combs identified them and used them to impress and entice plaintiff to engage in activities that plaintiff did not want to do. This was one of the many tools plaintiff identified as grooming mechanism implemented by Mr. Combs. Now, let's get into that because when we talk about influence, when we talking about, a guy that, um, portrays to, have it all. But what he fails to tell us is he's got some issues. What he failed to tell us is he's got some issues that he's in the house working on. All right, let's get into it. Once the defendant sent plaintiff a letter denying ever being present at Mr. Combs' residence or parties associated with the Love album. So pretty much, Mr. Grange, Ethiopia. Well, we already know that she's cooperating. She made that very clear. She's going to cooperate with the whole investigation, and I don't think Diddy's liking that too much. However, not what he liked. This is just what's going down. Okay, so it says, once the defendant sent plaintiff a letter denying ever being present at the residence of parties associated with the Love album, plaintiff took them at their word and amended the pleading as he was required. As plaintiff stated throughout his pleadings, Mr. Combs drugged him through laced alcohol at these parties. Plaintiff has woken up next to several women, not remembering what happened the night before. If Mr. Combs lied to the plaintiff concerning the identity of the attendees at his parties, and the plaintiff later learned from those alleged attendees that they were misidentified, then the plaintiff has an obligation to correct the record, which is what he did. This does not remove UNG Motown or Lucian Grain's liability concerning their unchecked funding of the Love album and Love Records, Inc. It does not matter what document they produce evidencing the terms of their relationship with Mr. Combs. It is important to thoroughly assess what is written versus what was done. Plaintiff strongly believes that the court will soon learn that the defendants are engaging in a game of smoke and mirrors. Right? We respectfully request leave to amend so plaintiff can file his Second Amendment complaint, which will include some of the issues they want to be cured, as well as the addition of Cuba Gooding Jr. as a defendant. We thank the court for its time and attention to this matter. Respectfully, Mr. Tyrone Blackburn, Esquire. Okay, now listen here. That's not it. Because now it's time to move on to Exhibit A. It's time to move on to Exhibit A and see what's going on there, right? So let's go ahead and pull on over to Exhibit A. Okay, so pretty much what this is right here, this is just a standard NDA here, and I'll actually pull it up so you all can see it with me. Okay, so this right here, this is the case number document. It was filed 3/28/2024. This is page 204. The first one just had the, Exhibit A attachment. Okay, so standard Combs NDA. So first you will put your name, you will put the date, you will put your email. Okay? So it says this confidentiality agreement. Are y'all able to see it? Okay. So it says this confidentiality agreement is made and effective as of Friday, September the 9th, 2022 by and on behalf of blank. You, the term you shall include you, your estate, each corporation, and or other business entity in which you have an ownership or beneficial interest, and any and all person and or entities owned and or controlled by you and or such businesses, e.g. affiliates, employees, officers, directors, managers, accountants, and agents, and all of your respective heirs, executors, representative, administrators, employees, licenses, successors, and assigns. For good and valuable consideration, collectively consideration to receive of sufficiency, of which hereby acknowledged by you, you hereby irrevocably agree as follows. 1. Sean Diddy Combs, aka Puff Daddy, artist privacy is highly valued, and all efforts will be made to maintain confidentiality with respect to all information and other material of any kind, including without limitation, the terms, conditions, and existence of this agreement concerning and or related to directly and or indirectly artists and or any person, corporation, and or other entity related to or affiliated and or associated with artists personally and or professionally, including without limitation, family members, relatives, or past or present fiancés, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, and business associate, collectively artist parties, and each and hold on, and each an artist party, except for information or material publicity and intentionally disclosed by artists. You hereby irrevocably agree that A, you shall not at any time use or disclose directly or indirectly to anyone any of the following information, any information acquired by you in any manner and or by any medium or means whatsoever at any time in the past, present, and or future which concerns or in any way relates to artists, any artist parties and or artist business activities, entertainment activities, financial affairs, and or personal life, and all such information shall be deemed confidential, private, secret, and sensitive and kept by you as confidential, unless artist otherwise advises you in writing, in artist's sole discretion. B. Whoa, y'all. Hold on. B. Any and all information described in paragraph 1. A. Including without limitation pictures, recordings, records, documents, property, merchandise, or other information related to artists and or the personal, professional, and or other activities of artists or any artist party, whether prepared by or on behalf of you or otherwise coming into your possession, is and shall remain artist sole and exclusive property and shall not be disclosed, removed, sold, disseminated, copied, or otherwise used or and or exploited by or on behalf of you without artist prior written consent. C. Without limiting the foregoing without artist prior written consent, which may be withheld for any or no reason. You shall not and shall not authorize any third party to photograph, film, or otherwise record any sound, likeness, and or activities of artists and or any artist parties of any kind or nature, whether personal, professional, or otherwise, including without limitation any appearances, performance, and or rehearsal by artists and or any other activities during or related to any service or activity performed by artists and or any artist parties. D. Without limiting the foregoing, I shall not authorize or facilitate any third party to, without artist prior written consent, which may be withheld for any or no reason, give any interviews, whether oral or written, write or prepare or assist in the preparation of any books or articles, whether fictional or non-fictional, make any remarks of any kind or create any other materials in any media, including without limitation, confirming and or denying any confidential information related to artists and or any artist parties to or for use by yourself and or any third party, including without limitation print and or broadcast media, which interviews, books, articles, remarks, and or materials concerned, discuss or reference artists and or any artist parties in any manner whatsoever. Information and materials in paragraph 1A through D, whether or not publicly disclosed by others, the prohibited material, you hereby irrevocably grant, confer a transfer, and assign to artists all worldwide right, title, and interest, including all copyrights and any renewal, extension, or similar rights, and to any prohibited material, whether or not the same are used and or exploited, and regardless of the medium involved, and the artist may register such copyright in his own name or the name of any designee in without limitation. Child, this is a lot. This is like a 4-page non-disclosure. Are y'all getting into that? So now, okay. Now I'm starting to question because, okay, it has all these clauses in here. It has all these clauses in here. And Lamont said in his complaint or in his lawsuit that Diddy would have him record. He would even take his phone sometimes and have him start recording himself, whatever. Well, I don't know. We're gonna get back up into this exhibit A of this. Yeah, we'll get back into exhibit A of this on later on tomorrow. Child, that was a lot. And we've been here for an hour, and I think that this right here, we're going to ease it, but we're definitely going to get down to the facts. And so if you guys are just now coming in, if you're royal, definitely make sure you set your notifications to all, and also take some clips from the beginning of this video, and as you're reading along, as we go through the lawsuit, I'll reference back to those clips that we read. Okay? Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And on that note, this concludes our broadcast. Until next time.